This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Rachel Consola standing by, caller 9844999. Ola will play Profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, more than 200 million eggs have been recalled because they could be contaminated with salmonella.
Salmonella. Mm-hmm. One thing I loved about that story, they said, call this number to find out possible symptoms. And you'll know. You will know if you have salmonella. Believe me.
Thrill has posted a map that shows the most iconic job in all 50 states.
I bet I could get 30% right.
What, that high?
Yep.
Per state? Why? Why do you think you know that?
Because
give me an example. Give me a state. What
North Dakota natural gas, fracking, oil. Texas, I'll still say oil. Oklahoma, I'll say
prestigious though.
Oil. Oh, no,
Texas, I would say college football coach.
Yeah, you said iconic.
Iconic.
So Alaska would be gold mine.
Okay. All right. Right. I got it.
You know what I mean? California.
Texas could be Cowboys.
Be Cowboy. Absolutely, right?
Florida would be tourism, probably.
Gator wrestler.
Florida could be a lot of things.
Yes.
Somebody stole a bunch of cash from a travel agent's office last month and loosely shoved it into his pockets. Then he went outside, and there's a video of the wind blowing it out of his pockets and all over the road.
Good times.
Did you see the video?
I did not. I'm not working on it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
A new survey found only 26% of Americans think they'll be able to retire by the time they're 65.
I would guess so.
That's down from 29% 3 years ago, and 37% of us think that we will still be working in our 70s.
Yeah, keep thinking that. What job are you going to do in your 70s?
Reading.
What is your gig? Right? Think about it.
You're going to have to do something. You're not going to have a pension.
I'm going to work. Right. What is the job?
I want to drive around on a golf cart and serve people drinks.
You know what? That's not a bad call.
Weed Week.
Seriously.
I've never seen an old guy do that, though, Miles.
I know normally it's a hot blonde.
He's breaking new ground.
But I'm going to have my testicles kind of hanging out the side of my short shorts, just driving around, and wrap around sunglasses like they wear in Florida, where it's just a big plastic shade. And I'm going to roll up in a frickin' bucket hat and be like, "Hey, how you guys doing? You need anything? All right, then."
Basically, you're going to provide them a relatable.
Mm-hmm, I really am.
But he's right. Nobody's going to hire you.
No.
You imagine how pissed
Then
you'd
can't
be?
he? Couldn't you file for discrimination then?
Sure.
Look, man, I play golf. I'm this guy. I look like them.
Here's the thing, man. I don't care. If you need a beer, you don't care what the person looks like bringing it to.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Really?
I'm going to be there.
I'm calling BS right now. If I was golfing with you, you'd be like, this place, how do you not have a girl in the golf cart?
That's right.
Oh, I wouldn't care about that. As long as they had a cart person. I'll bitch if they don't have a cart person on a warm day. I'm like, dude.
Miles, you're telling me if somebody's testicles are exposed, you're going to get a beer from that man.
I mean, if you're selling beer out of the back of a
Mike
cooler,
brings up a strong point.
I think I'd buy weed off of them.
Drink
and I would buy. I would buy a drink or drugs only.
Damn it!
Because I would need them.
I'd only buy drugs from a guy whose testicles I can see at the point of transaction.
Look, if you're an addict and you like cigarettes, man, and this guy's got cigarettes, you're buying cigarettes off of it.
Oh, sorry. Thing you're addicted to.
You're going to buy off. If you had a coffee, man, it's 7:30 and you couldn't get a coffee, sure, you're buying from Ball's Coffee.
All right.
I don't know, man.
With a Z.
Right. Ball's Coffee.
With a Z. With a Z.
The newest hair trend is to paint glitter on your hair, but only right where you part it.
No, it's not. It's not a trend.
Glitter on your hair. Okay.
People not? It's not a trend. I swear to God, the media is challenging you to do it. Do you think people are dumb enough to do this because we said other people are doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I know. We got to come up with something.
Paid by the glitter company.
Can we stop with the glitter and the unicorns?
Thank you.
What's with the unicorn?
Everything's getting messy. That's what.
Everything's unicorn, and then there's glitter on everything.
There's glitter on everything. The glitter needs to go away. Like, seriously.
It does. A couple near Vancouver, British Columbia, found out their 13-year-old daughter was texting with a 28-year-old man. So they set up their own sting operation to catch him, like the show To Catch a Predator. Now they might be getting charged for assaulting him after he showed up.
Oh. I think that's BS, right? He showed up to have sex with their 13-year-old daughter. Like, right. Zip tie him. beat them.
Exactly.
I'm right there with you.
A new survey looked
Put
at
me
what,
in jail. I'm okay with that.
a new survey looked at what kind of jobs potheads are the most likely to have.
Everything.
Man.
I got news for you.
IT workers.
Everywhere.
IT workers.
Oh, come on, Miles. You can do better than that.
Hotel and restaurants.
yes.
There it is. Food prep. Food prep and survey.
What about entertainment?
Radio. Journalism.
All I got is food prep.
Actually, that's number 2 on the list. It really is.
A woman in Indianapolis went on a date with a man earlier this month and ghosted him. Then last week, she got an invoice for $40 from him in the mail.
Yeah, we brought that up earlier, buddy. Did we? Yeah, we sure did. We talked about it a lot.
I thought that was a good story.
It is
a
great
good story.
if you're high.
Did she really deserve the invoice?
No, but he's better.
Yeah, that's
better.
real
It's crazy.
bitter.
I can't believe that a Moscow Mule costs the same as a beer. That was the thing about the invoice that I didn't really...
No, he bought her an actual mule.
Oh.
Now, she shouldn't have ghosted him. That was a D move, but...
You can't ghost somebody if it's been a date.
Right, they had a date.
You got
Straight up not talking to him anymore, though, Ted?
Yes!
Dude, that has happened forever.
That's not
Yeah, but
ghosting.
if he's reaching out, you're just going to straight up...
Yes.
Wow.
That's how it's been done since they invented the phone and dating.
Rude.
To ghost somebody, you've had to hang out with them for a little bit, or at least had sex with them. You have one date. You can't ghost somebody on one date.
Honeymoons are out. The new trend is to take many moons, is what they're saying.
Many moons.
Yeah, spend more on that wedding. Screw the house.
Where instead of taking one long trip to celebrate your wedding, you do a bunch of shorter trips together.
It's my
right.
It's my birthday month.
That's right.
I almost cussed. So I'm just not going to. I realized the first words that were going to come out. I'm like, nah, I was
I'm
going
having a reveal. I'm having a. Somebody's high. I'm having a reveal party.
Weed Week.
A restaurant in North Carolina is selling a burger with a whole oven-roasted tarantula as a topping.
And they can go to hell and die.
That's right.
Who's really going to eat it? Just some guys on a bet, probably. I mean, who's going to go in there and go like, all right, man, we'll flip a coin, we'll get in there, man. You got to take a bite of this thing.
Bachelor parties.
I just don't want the inside of a tarantula squirting into my mouth after I crunch through its outer surface.
You get a
Why
little
do
web
you
in there
say
too.
that like anyone's disagreeing?
I just don't want.
You don't have to defend
it's
your
like biting
position.
into a Cadbury egg.
You don't have to explain why you don't want to eat a deep fried tarantula.
All right.
Chili's is testing a new 1,700 calorie cheeseburger that includes 5 different types of meat piled on top of each other.
Weed Week.
It's a half-pound beef patty topped with bacon, jalapeno cheddar, smoked sausage, rib meat, and smoked brisket.
Or for the same price, you can have a hitman shoot you directly in the heart with a bullet made of lard. Right?
Yes.
Hey, you can't even put your mouth around it.
No! It's huge.
That's what she said.
That's right.
Damn
Hey,
it.
I'm
Good
just trying to
luck.
imagine eating that
Good
thing.
luck.
Thrillist.com just ranked all of the Ben & Jerry's flavors from best to worst.
Do you have the best and the worst?
I do have the best and the worst.
Okay, what is the best?
Late night.
Late night. Jimmy
All right.
Fallon's flavor, the Tonight
Oh,
Dough.
I meant the Stephen Colbert kind of.
No.
All right.
Oh, American Dream Coat?
Jimmy Fallon is so much better than Stephen Colbert, it's not even funny.
In the ice cream?
In the ice
sound like
cream?
Oh, yeah,
cannibal.
absolutely, the
In
ice
ice
cream
cream, really?
department.
You think so?
You hate caramel?
I like the pretzels in the chocolate.
I'm all about the cinnamon buns. Worst is vanilla toffee bar crunch.
Ooh, I mean, that's made
Vanilla
for like
toffee. I
one
like
dude
toffee.
in his 80s.
I like toffee, though.
I do like. What exactly is toffee?
It's just an English thing. It's really tasty.
Yes. A man that was known as the first to get a perfect game on Pac-Man and the first to crack 1,000,000 points on Donkey Kong has had his title stripped.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
I'll test your memory 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines coming up 1 hour from now. First, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill, can you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Yes, I can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true about people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Guten Tag, meine Herren und Frau.
Hola and uh-oh.
Hasselhoff.
All right, Michael.
Yes, sir.
You understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir, I do.
Fantastic. Here is your story. Now, the only way this makes sense is that the guy was on a whole lot of drugs, or if he's legally blind. And spoiler alert, he is not blind. A 29-year-old guy in South Burlington, Vermont, he ordered a pizza and thought he saw the delivery car pull up. We've shared this story before. He goes outside, he walks up to the car to pay for it. Now, it's not clear why he didn't just wait at the door like the rest of us, but he walks out to the car. But somehow he failed to realize that it was not the pizza guy. It was a cop car. And not an unmarked cop car. It was an actual police cruiser. It says police. It has the lights, the whole nine. So the cops ended up running his name, and he had an outstanding warrant. So they arrested him, and they found a small bag of heroin and ecstasy in his pockets. Then they realized that the friend he was with was also wanted on petty larceny, and they arrested that guy too. Do you believe that this genius is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
You said this was in Vermont?
That is correct.
Burlington. On lovely Lake Champlain.
Hold on, I believe South Burlington.
It is
South Burlington.
It is the northwestern corner of Vermont, so as close as you can get to Canada without going into the water.
Mm-hmm. And what did he get caught with?
They found heroin and ecstasy in his pockets.
This sounds so white.
It's an odd combination.
I was going to say, the amount of stupidity in this just screams white.
Not only that, but geographically.
What do you...
We just talked about Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Yeah.
That's Vermont.
Yeah.
Burlington, I've been to Lake Champlain. I didn't see anybody there who was not white.
You sound like a drunk person trying to say
it's
champagne.
Like we're fish.
I'll take some more champagne.
Champagne, please.
More champagne.
Garcon, give me some champagne and a filet mignon.
And he walked over to the cop car because he thought
it was the pizza delivery guy.
And I'll take an order escargots.
Well,
this is white.
He's ordering pizza.
Michael, this is white. This is so white.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had a fish CD.
Like I said, this is just so stupid. If it was anything other than white, I would be shocked.
All right,
but keep in mind, he might not have been using the drugs because he's actually eating. Heroin people don't eat a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
maybe it was day 3.
He did walk over.
Or ecstasy.
Yeah.
I think he was on it, or he wouldn't have. He would have noticed the cop car. All right, you want to go white? Final answer, Michael.
White. Final answer, Miles.
We'll find out if they were black, white, Mexi, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, profile this takes us to Burlington, Vermont. A guy who orders a pizza and walks out to the car and gets it. And turns out it wasn't a pizza delivery driver. In fact, it was a police officer. And this guy had a warrant out for his arrest. And not only that, but he had some drugs on him. And his friend had a warrant out for his arrest, too. So both of them were arrested for him walking out and not waiting for the pizza delivery guy just to knock on his door.
How pissed off is his friend?
Pretty pissed off.
Like, why wouldn't you just wait at the door like anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Michael, we asked you, did you believe that this guy is black, white, Mexican, or Asian? You said white. You insisted on white. You started with white. You ended with white. But you
Oh, no way! No way!
Mexi.
Huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. There you go. Now for all the TV news all the time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
What would you say is the worst rendition of the
of that?
What would you say is the worst rendition of the Star Spangled Banner you've ever heard?
Roseanne. Come on.
Right, Roseanne. I think Roseanne's is bad because it's bad, and then number two,
Carl Lewis.
It's just disrespectful.
Okay, so you're
spitting.
saying someone who made the effort but sucked.
Carl Lewis is probably my favorite, and he is trying so hard. Carl Lewis, of course, Olympic athlete who tried to get into singing, and it just didn't go so hot. But there's been some bad ones, right? Now, me and Mike were talking about this earlier. In this girl's defense, it is a hard song to sing.
Sure.
It's also a cappella. That means no music, people.
Yeah. Acapella.
Acapella. I guess we'll make it feminine.
Hello.
Acapello is a dish they serve in my home country of Algania.
Right.
The great acapello.
It's a cheese.
So, right, it's a hard song to sing, blah, blah, blah. This girl's name is Rachel Platten. She's
That's how she actually pronounces it.
Well,
my name is Rachel Platten.
Well, she looks like Patton, but there's an L in there.
Okay,
Rachel
Platten.
So she's you know how it is. If you go to a sporting event, sometimes they'll be like, what do they say? National recording artist Miles Montgomery. Like, I don't know who this dude
You
is.
should have seen the guy before the Bruins game the other day. God almighty, was he a ham?
So she's singing, I want to say this was at Utah's new women's soccer team. So she's singing the national anthem.
This is going to hurt. Like, is this moment going to suck, man, when we hear her?
Yeah.
Oh.
You see by the stars.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, say, can you see?
Listen closely.
By the... Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry. Someone tell me the next line.
So I don't know if you heard that. She said, "Can someone tell me the next line?"
By the Dawn's early line?
By the Dawn's early line.
Because it was the bombs going off on the Twilight's last clip.
But I mean, it's right, and I get it's a hard song. I don't know. Bring a note card or something, but you can't ask for the line when you're singing the national anthem.
Oh, line.
Yeah,
it's a pretty well-known song too.
It is.
Why don't we just play a recording of it at every live event?
Say, this is what I do. This is what I do. Oh, say, everybody, can you see? Everybody, come on, everybody.
You're gonna Eddie Vedder, like hold the mic out.
Honestly, we're one of the only countries that is weird like that. Like the military guys, like I understand they're standing at attention and they're quiet, but like we're all Americans. Like, we should be singing the song with them. Well, have you ever seen in hockey? Like, when they do it in Canada, they basically just start the song and then let the crowd sing. Watch the World Cup.
Not only that, but
I mean, almost every other country, people sing the thing. You should be excited.
But in Canada, it's the same person singing both national anthems in case there's an American team playing there, and they don't F up either one of them. So, you know, like any Toronto, I don't know, Maple Leaf hockey game or whoever the hell's playing Raptors game, whatever, Blue Jays.
And when you go to a Canadians game, they got to sing the Canadian national anthem, the American national anthem, then sing it in French.
Right.
No.
Just so the other people can understand it.
Are you making that up?
Yes, 100%.
I was like, God.
Ease
up, man.
I will say, as a little kid, I remember going to a Washington Capitals game, and we were playing one of the Canadian teams. And I don't know how my parents weren't just like, shut up. But I was like, why are they singing this Canadian one?
Well, basically because at that point in time, half the team was. You might as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right.
How many national anthems? All right, now think about this. If we did that in hockey, so now take a different sport. Baseball.
Russia.
How many different national anthems would you have sing?
Dominican.
That would be
for hockey?
For hockey, it's Russian, Canadian, and maybe Polish.
I think NFL would be your best bet.
The Czech Republic one?
Czech Republic. For basketball,
every player
you have
on
to
the
know
team.
Ukrainian one.
For basketball, you might need to know Ukrainian one too, and the French national anthem.
It'd be insane, man. Mm-hmm. But some of the national anthems,
like baseball, though, man, it'd still be like occasionally you have to learn the Japanese national anthem, certainly the Cuban national anthem, the Dominican national anthem,
Mexico.
Speaking of the national anthem, if you want to see that, you want to see it in person, right?
Oh.
What happened there to that poor girl? You go to the Men's Room Facebook page; it's up there.
She got through it.
I'm not positive.
Yeah, she did. She did with the help of the audience.
About how bad? What was her applause
I'm
like
telling
when
you,
she
that's
was
the way
done?
you do it. Anytime you do karaoke, like, everybody, come on, help me.
Come on now.
You know you want to sing it with me. Sweet Caroline. And just Eddie Vedder the hell of it.
Yeah, I've definitely done it with the newer
No.
You've forgotten the words.
Just like one line, and I just kind of held the mic out. Like, I'm singing. It's a cover band, right? So I'm singing a song everybody knows.
Sure, man.
But maybe you partake a little more than you thought before the show, and then you're on stage, and it's like, in your mind, just like, that is blank. Hold the mic out. All right, Saturday Night Live had some special guest appearances. I gotta say, I thought it was a great episode. John Mulaney, I think he's a very funny man. I did not realize how long he had been a writer on Saturday Night Live. So some of the skits that were on were actually ones that had been turned down years ago. But since he was the host,
he get to go back and say, we should do this.
Right, he got to run with them. So there was some big guest appearances. The cold open started actually with Ben Stiller playing President Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, and then Robert De Niro showed up as Robert Mueller. And basically, they just he attaches them to a lie detector, and they redid Meet the Parents.
Mr. Mueller, this entire Russia investigation is a witch hunt, and your whole team is president's prejudice against the president.
Not true. In fact, we use code names so personal feelings never come into it.
Oh, yeah? What's President Trump's code name?
It used to be Putin's little Now it's Stormy's little
What about Ivanka's code name?
Girlfriend.
Jared Kushner?
Other girlfriend.
Don Jr. and Eric?
Two Fredos.
What about my code name?
Dead man walking.
Look, I don't have to take this from you. I have rights.
Now you listen to me. You little weasel. I don't know what rights you think you have. You broke the law. And now we're going to catch all of you little fuckers. You got that?
I just like that because it was already, you could tell what they were redoing.
Yeah,
but when he drops the line, calls him the same name from Meet the Parents. Like,
right.
All right, we're getting it. I always forget, too, Meet the Parents was a massive movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there was a time where Ben
Fockers.
Stiller was in like 3 movies a year. You almost got them all confused.
What happened, man?
I think he just needed a timeout.
I think so, too. I think
Like he need one, or do we need one?
We needed one like everyone did with Adam Sandler.
We need to see a movie that you're not in.
Like 2 of those guys had to go away for a while. Both of them did.
Ben Stiller, remember, he was in so many movies, and he even showed up in a Bad Boys video with Diddy.
Yeah, Ben Stiller came out and he said, like, dude, I'm in too many movies. I got to get out of here. Like, we talked to PR people. I'm annoying people. And he went away.
I do vaguely remember
he
him
went
saying
away.
that, yeah.
And, dude, it happens. I mean, there's a lot of people that get super famous and you like them. And then, I mean, look, I've been banging the drum for Timberlake being a great artist and actor for years. But even for me, there's a period like, all right, there's too much Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? But, hey, man, listen, don't feel bad about it. There's a lot of other people that did not get that same memo.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Trust me.
But I think, at the grand scheme of things, you'd much rather be somebody that's overexposed than somebody that can't get jobs.
Yeah. No one's playing the violin for this dude, right?
Right. Still,
he's on a world tour.
Movie
he's
star.
selling out arenas. I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Nick Cage thing, right? Like, he's in so many movies, and you figure out because he's got to get money. But, like, the other day I was watching Gone in 60 Seconds, and I was like, you know what? I'm cutting Nick Cage some slack. There's some movies I like that he's in.
Sure. What about his forehead? Just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of those dudes in Hollywood. Look at Jeremy Piven. His forehead, he used to be bald, and now he's got a ton of hair.
Yeah, look at H.I. and Raising Arizona. Man, that thing's been gone for a while. I don't know how mysteriously it came back.
Yeah, it happens, man. Good news. They've announced who's going to be on Dancing with the Stars this season.
Thank God.
And it's all athletes.
No way. People who are already athletic?
Yeah, right?
Huh.
Some of these people, I don't know who they are. Like, they've got a loser on there from the Olympics.
Loser.
He's a loser.
You're a loser.
There's a figure skater, Adam Rippon.
Okay. He can dance. He's a figure skater. He does choreographed things for a living.
Is it Rippon?
I don't know.
It's like Grey Poupon. It's Rippon.
I got to be honest with you. I got really into the Winter Olympics. I don't watch figure skating.
Well, if you
I take
figure
a stand.
skate, it's choreographed dancing. I mean, there's a floor
Right.
routine. I mean, my God, of course you can dance.
Yeah. Snowboarder, Jamie Anderson's going to be on there. Kind of fired up about this one. Former Olympic softball player, Jenny Finch.
Oh, yeah.
And her new last name.
Okay. Hyphen
Well,
whatever.
you won't even
Hyphen
honor.
D-bag.
You don't even care.
She's still Jenny Finch from Arizona to me.
Whoever her husband is, you are Ted's crush crusher.
Yeah. Crush crusher. Johnny Damon, you remember him for playing with the Red Sox and then went over and played with the Yankees?
He had a mullet for a while?
He had great hair, dude. Phenomenal hair.
Johnny Damon, that's right.
Johnny Damon. Cornerback Josh Norman. NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They'll get him.
I don't know why.
They'll get rid of him first.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's too tall, man.
Yeah,
which
that's what
I
I'm
would,
saying.
I'd be remiss if I did not mention he lost his first high school game to DeMatha Catholic. It's part of the deal. When you go there, you got to mention it every
All
time.
right, okay.
Another figure skater that I'm not sure, and then a figure skater.
You're not even trying their name.
I don't know about Mira Nagase.
Maybe.
Somebody out there is like, oh, him, her.
Well, here's a figure skater I can pronounce. A blast from the past. She's got a new movie out.
Again, it's
Tanya
a figure
Harding.
skater.
Tanya Harding.
Is she back?
Yeah, man.
All right. See what happens when you just assault someone?
That's all you
I mean, poor Nancy Kerrigan just sitting at home. I can't get a gig. It's like
My favorite show used to be
hold on for a
Dancing
minute.
with the Stars.
If I plan out a tactical hit on my opponent, then I will forever be famous. I will get movies made about me, and the person that I attacked will sit at home and cry and eat bonbons and be forgotten.
Cool.
I legit think that Nancy Kerrigan's already been on Dancing with the Stars.
Could be. She definitely wasn't much in the Olympics.
So
I hope she heard that, Miles.
Well, she couldn't be. She
You're trying to defend her honor.
She got her leg bashed in.
she went. I think she went the next cycle.
Or Jeff Gillooly.
Yeah.
You date a guy named Gillooly, you know he can get some stuff done.
If your last name's Gillooly, we know you break knees.
You need
right?
slacks, Jeff Gillooly.
Sounds like a weird drink that involves some milk.
I got
take a
plaid
Gillooly.
slacks. I got brown slacks. I got frickin' tan slacks.
Gillooly.
Jeff frickin' Gillooly.
What do you wear underneath slacks?
Frickin' polyester tights. So they just doesn't
underwear.
rub? You got to wear something to keep you from itching, I'd guess.
Maybe a jockstrap.
Probably.
Yes, maybe.
Probably.
So
maybe I'm wearing a
you
jockstrap, not just
what are you
underwear.
talking? You go back to. You're just not going to. You're not referencing family, are you?
No.
I was like, you're
Miles, is what we call a segue.
All right. Okay.
So,
Well, I think jockstrap. I think
Crowe,
you're dead.
Well, he wears that thing everywhere.
I know it's
put on your jock. So Russell Crowe has I'm telling you, has hit some financial issues. So he was going to sell off some items. He's going through a divorce. He's got to pay the wife off. So one of those was the jock strap. Now,
count me in.
I think they mutually agreed to do this.
All right, so
I think they both said,
either way,
let's
he's selling a jockstrap.
Right.
He's selling a jockstrap that he wore in Cinderella Man. There was a lot of rumors. It's a boxing.
Oh, no,
movie.
I'm sweating this.
There was he is. You're getting all the Crow of that Russell.
All right.
Essence of Crow.
Right? You're getting little Russell
Down
sweat.
under.
So there was a lot of rumors going on around online saying maybe John Oliver had bought this jockstrap from Last Week Tonight. John Oliver addresses those issues when he was on talking about the jockstrap.
John Oliver. This Week Tonight.
You may remember that we told you about Russell Crowe, The Art of Divorce, an auction in which, to celebrate the end of his marriage, he was selling artefacts from his career, from the gladiator chariot to this leather jockstrap he wore in the film Cinderella Man, which was expected to attract an absolutely ridiculous $500.
One of the more curious items that went under the hammer was a leather groin protector used by Crowe in the film Cinderella Man. It sold for $7,000 to a telephone bidder. It's not clear what they plan to use it for.
Holy $7,000! Now, you should know that there has been some speculation out there that we were the ones who bought that jockstrap. And I will admit, it does sound like something that we would do. You know, buy Russell Crowe's jockstrap and send it to one of the last remaining blockbusters in Alaska. Even that sentence is absolutely incredible to say out loud. The bad news is, we didn't do it. I'm sorry, it wasn't us, we didn't buy it. We did, though. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
That guy's insane.
Yes, he is.
And I don't know what the budget is for his show. Right. But you got to keep in mind, on Last Week Tonight, like a year or two ago, they had a Supreme Court made of dogs. Right?
Yep.
They made their own mascots for a bunch of stuff. They've like flown up the traffic pandas from South America.
They did the train for the folks in Pennsylvania in that town.
Right, the people were all pissed about the train when it's on, when it's not on, so they sent them a new train. Yeah, I mean,
good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he works for HBO, so obviously the budget is massive, but that's got to be awesome. But $7,000 for a used jockstrap.
Mm-hmm. That does sound insane when you hear it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of an athlete whose jock I would pay for.
You are. I never thought about that.
Not.
I never thought that.
What about Babe Ruth?
One of my favorite guys, Dong, was right in there. No, I don't want
maybe Babe Ruth's jockstrap.
Do you know how many,
I don't want it, but I'm saying I'd buy that.
STDs he had?
All right, what about Jordan's job? And then I could hold it. Like, you can't even.
You want like Tim Tebow's because it'd be clean.
I don't want Tim Tebow's jockstrap.
It's never been anywhere. It's never touched it.
See, then it's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does this jockstrap have Holy Communion in it?
Yeah, because it's Tebow's. Tebow's would be the only safe choice you could make, as long as he's being honest about being a virgin. You'd have to buy the Tebow jockstrap.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to like something.
You buy
to
Babe Ruth's jockstrap, Mike. You might find like the beginning of cancer on that thing. You don't even know what the hell's going on. He was with millions of women.
Would you buy Dennis Rodman's?
No, hell no. That's what I'm saying.
That is a quick.
You just buy it and you get a blister on your lip. You haven't even picked it up yet.
You just click accept.
Exactly. All of a sudden, this thing's just burning in the corner of your mouth.
Yeah, you do not want to do that, man.
No.
Good news, because most of my friends have been talking about this and bitching for years on end that the great classic TV show Mad About You went off the air.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, dude, I hear you. Who doesn't love Paul Reiser?
It is a very hot topic, without a doubt, man.
This will shock no one. Helen Hunt and Paul Reiser have closed deals to do a Mad About You revival.
Oh, wow.
You don't say.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Man,
It's
oh, man.
on.
They're bringing it back.
Wow.
They're bringing everything back.
Are they still mad about each other?
Well, we don't know yet, but I bet they are.
Update and call it Mad at You.
We've been married for a while now, and I'm mad at her.
She's
mad at me.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. We've got your headlines on the way with Mike in a few minutes here. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go to the friendly skies where 3 dancers explain mid-flight why they call it EasyJet. Meanwhile, a woman traveling on Air China has a man go up and put a knife around her neck, which is a flight that she'll never forget. Police in England tell burglary victim to look for stuff on eBay because, quite frankly, they don't have enough time. It seems the record holder for Donkey Kong in an old-school video game crime. An Australian surfer gets in a boxing match with a great white shark. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my call.
All right, our top story. A legend in the world of arcade games is about to have his title stripped. We talked about this earlier today. The man is known to be the first to get a perfect game on Pac-Man and over 1 million points on Donkey Kong. But it turns out that after an investigation, he did not achieve those scores on an actual arcade device, but used an emulator.
And apparently a guy in Seattle is now the new reigning champion.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It has also been implicated that he faked the games in which he got those scores. He claims that his scores are legitimate, however, and plans to prove his innocence.
Okay.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, right.
I already don't believe him. Is that bad? I've already passed judgment.
Have you seen King of Kong?
King of Kong. No, I have not seen King of Kong.
He's kind of a jackass.
Okay.
In the continuing fight of man versus beast, we head down under, where a surfer went toe-to-toe with a shark while out on the water.
A shark.
That's what you do when you're in Australia.
You should fully expect to do that.
Sharks and sharks. Where was I? He claims that he fought off the shark during the initial attack before it circled back and dragged him underwater. He managed to escape the attack, but with serious injuries to his legs, and he was flown to a hospital.
Well, he's lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
But he's unlucky to have been attacked by a shark while he was alive.
I wish I had figured out what a shark
Yes,
was.
I know.
Like
I do
that is
understand
where I am
exactly what
coming
you mean.
from.
I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. I understand that part.
The most unlikely animals found roaming the West Palm Beach, Florida area. An African warthog.
Is that the least likely, really? Like, that doesn't surprise me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In Florida?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of dinosaurs in Florida, but a warthog?
It's Florida. Have you ever been to Florida?
No.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Why? It sounds like everything is trying to kill me.
It is. It's why it's
Including
exciting.
the people.
There's never a dull moment. There's never a dull moment. You can't just walk in Publix. You might die.
Good God. Officials have no clue how the animal made his way to the area.
It's Florida.
As owning one requires a permit. But after a lengthy 5-day hunt with multiple failed attempts, the animal's captured and an investigation is underway.
I think it's fair to say it came from Disney World.
Pumbaa.
Oh, jeez.
Weed Week.
Good work, Ted.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
They're still on the lookout for Timon.
Weed Week.
Nice work. Damn. Well done, Ted. Well done. A couple looking to get a bite at a local Morrison's were outraged to find that they couldn't purchase something off the counter. While in the store, they saw some fresh-made meat pies behind the counter and wanted to buy a pair to enjoy. But the store's policy says that they cannot purchase meat pies before 9 a.m.
Hey, rule's a rule.
The couple were astonished and brought the media out to tell of the store's dictation of when they can and cannot have meat pies.
But the media showed up. You know what I mean? Anybody else would be like, man, I don't have time for this. You know what I mean? Sorry.
It was really a boring day, I guess.
God damn.
The store basically said, in hindsight, we should have just given them a damn meat pie.
Yeah.
They made them to be ready at 9 a.m. because they honestly can't sell them before 9 a.m.
What exactly is a meat pie? What am I getting if I get a meat
There's
pie?
like gravy in it and certain
Ground
kinds of
beef,
meat.
right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's ground
Could be
beef.
mince meat.
Yeah, there's different kinds of meat. It's like a chicken pot pie without the vegetables.
It's
You've been to England.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a pie.
Just a pie?
Yeah.
I won at a match last year for the first time. Mind blown. It's like a little pot pie.
And that wasn't even the good one. Those are a little dry.
Right. And they had mushrooms in them.
In Manchester, budget cuts to law enforcement led to a woman getting a pretty defeated response to a report that she had been robbed for the second time in 5 weeks. Police told the woman that they didn't have the manpower to send someone to investigate the break-in and instead told her to check eBay for her stolen belongings and that her case was now closed.
And then they'll be like, oh, you're a vigilante.
Yeah, exactly.
So Batman starts.
That's how bad
It really
it
is.
starts.
It really
Stole
is.
my ottoman.
Exactly.
God.
The cops
Then
told
I
me,
saw it on eBay.
go get them, and I did.
I wasn't going to pay.
Damn straight.
We take to the skies where 3 women had to be pulled apart after having a few too many on the flight.
All right.
The trio got on the plane as friends were laughing and enjoying each other's company, but as the flight went on and the vodka was involved, the conversations turned a bit hostile and vulgar. The crew responded to complaints by relinquishing the vodka from the women, which did not go over well, and a full-on brawl between the 3 ensued. They were all eventually separated and detained until the flight landed, and they were taken by police.
Honestly, God, I want that on my flight.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
It doesn't involve me.
That's
the
it.
flight's memorable.
That's it for your headlines tonight. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Day 1 of Weed Week, the voting. Ted comes in at 34%. Thrill comes in at 30%. I'm at 20. Mike at 16. Do you guys want to know who was high on the show today?
Who was high, man?
Who was high?
Who was high?
Stuart.
I was high. Yes, I got it first time ever, day 1. I pulled that off pretty good, I thought.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
The comments.
I thought I did a really good job.
I haven't even smoked in over a week, and people think I'm stoned.
Oh, my God. Okay.
We'll be stoned again
We'll see you tomorrow for the Drunken Charge. Ryan Castle in to sit and spin. Another round of Profile This, and the word returns.
All right, bitches. We be all about this bitch.
Weed Week.
Until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.